Okay, so you recovered $1 million in a case involving a 40-year-old farm equipment that amputated a worker's arm. How do you prove a product is defective after 4 decades? That seems like a tall order.
So it's not proving that it was manufactured defective in that case. It was a design defect. And again, depending on the state you're in, that was a Pennsylvania case. Pennsylvania has no statute of repose, which is a time limitation that bars you from pursuing a lawsuit after a certain amount of time passes. So in Pennsylvania, there is no statute of repose for product liability. So this was a 40-year-old piece of machinery. And what happened was it was a potato seed cutter. So you would take a potato seed, you would cut it into pieces, and then you could plant the potato to raise your potato crops. They kept on getting a jam in the machinery. And this guy, it was a kid, he was like 19 years old at the time. He would stop the machinery, he would unplug it, he would take the guards off, which he'd have to unscrew all these things, take this guard off, and he would see where the potatoes were getting jammed. And he would unclog it, put the guard back on, screw everything back up, plug it in, do it again. This process played out several times. It took about a half hour to unscrew and take off the guard, everything. And we said, and the guard was just a piece of a big sheet of metal. You couldn't see through it. So he was unable to see what was happening. So the last time it happened, he unclogs it. He then runs it without the guard on because he's troubleshooting, because he wants to see if this thing gets clogged again, I want to see where it's coming from. And then he sees it starts to clog, and he takes a stick to try to unclog it while it's running. And there were gears, and it pulled his sleeve into the machine and cut off his hand.
Oh,
So
wow.
we looked at it. We said, "Well, geez, that's a horrible design. You can't see if you put the guards on. You can't see how it's clogging. So what are you supposed to do?" And we came up with different ideas. What if you had a guard that you could see through, whether it's plexiglass, whether it's just like a diamond cage or that you could see through, or how about like a trunk, like a lid, if you were to be able to open the cage up and there was a switch, so when you open it up, the machine would automatically turn off. So that's all stuff that we looked at, and that was the theories. It was a design defect, that it was reasonable that you knew if this thing was going to get clogged, how do you unclog it, and how do you troubleshoot it, and that's the kind of things you're looking at. So really, at the end of the day, what I do with all these product liability cases, for the ones that are successful, we're trying to make products safer so we don't have to do this stuff again. It's why do you think there's a warning that says watch out, don't do this, don't do that? And product liability in and of itself, what I always tell my clients is if there's a hole, somebody's going to stick something into it. And I get in trouble for saying that, but it's the truth. And they automatically say, well, Johnny should have never stuck his hand in that. It's his fault. No, 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 no. Why was Johnny able to stick his hand there? He shouldn't have been able to. That's product liability.